Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Allison and I love all things cozy gaming. And so today we are doing some renovations in my forever world in The Sims 4. So that's what you can expect from today. Just some cozy building renovation vibes. So if that's your thing, feel free to give a like, a follow, and we'll get right into it. If you don't know what a forever world is, it's basically a save in The Sims 4 where you basically play indefinitely. So that's what I'm working on today. So what that looks like for me, just to show you um, what what that looks like. So I have all my save files here, and so I have it labeled as Forever Play. It was also my 100 baby save too when I was doing the 100 baby challenge. So you will see a lot of my 100 baby children that are remaining running around this save. And fun fact, it was my very first ever save um, on this platform. I'm playing on my PlayStation, so my very first ever save, and so it is truly my forever world. I've been playing this for what, like 6+ years, so it means a lot to me, and there's been a lot of time and dedication in this save file. So today I am just wanting to uh, pick pick a world. I have a lot of them here and renovate it. So I think Willow Creek holds a special place in my heart. So I think we're gonna start in Willow Creek and pick a house to renovate a little bit and make a little bit more just the style that I would like to have um, in my Forever Save file. So Crick Cabana, or I don't know what this one's officially called, but this is usually where I tend to like first move my Sims in. Aside from this, maybe I'll start here because this house doesn't really fit. It's like a beach house. So I think that's a good place to start, I think. We'll start with this beach house. And we're just going to go into build mode and I think just completely excavate the lot. Okay, now that I have a fresh lot here, I completely bulldozed everything, which you can do using the bulldoze tool here. I am going to, usually, I don't love building from scratch, so usually what I'll do is I will download something from the gallery and just kind of customize it to the vibe that I am feeling. So I think that's what I'm going to do here, and get rid of this summer beach shack that was here. Okay, so my gallery isn't working today, of course. So we're going with what is some of these houses that I already have saved to my library, which some are like pre-entered from Maxis EA themselves, and some are some that I just have saved to my library. So we're just gonna kind of I'll start from the bottom and kind of peruse through. I definitely want it to be a house. I don't want it to be like a diner or a library or anything, just because it's more of like a cul-de-sac and I just want to keep it residential. I still want it to be more like a starter home too. I don't want it to be like crazy expensive just because it doesn't, again, fit the vibe of the neighborhood. The neighborhood is meant to be more of like a starter neighborhood too. This is cute. This might fit here. This kind of fits the vibe of Willow Creek. It was made by Maxis. Let's put it down and see what happens. So I love that there's already landscaping because I'm not great at landscaping. I've really gotten better at building in general over the last several years of playing The Sims, but landscaping still is not my strong suit. So I love that that's done for me. I also will probably remove this house at some point too because it feels a little too, or maybe just edit it. It feels a little too big for this neighborhood. Again, these are all very much like single story, like streamlined homes. I feel like it's weird kind of to have it facing this way, so I wonder if we can flip the house without it being weird. No, it's gonna be weird. Okay. Well, I wonder if we just, here, we can start our editing here. What if we just move all this? I also don't really like this archway here. That feels awkward. So now I can add a fence in a little easier. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that looks a little better. And then all I have to do is connect those and just make an entrance here. And then we'll have our walkway here instead of on the side of the house. Well, I guess I was gonna just have this open, but maybe I just do a gate. That makes it a little easier. Well, I guess this is good. We have our little gate here to kind of replace what was there before. And then I don't want the shrubs there. So all of the fencing, almost all of the fencing is normal now. We don't have any weird shrubs. Sorry to the person who made this, but they weren't doing it for me. What if we put these over here? I'll have to move the mailbox anywho, so I kind of like the mailbox at an angle. There, we can install our shrubs there. And then I do have to go to the terrain tools, which again, I'm not super good at using, so I'm kind of nervous going over this with the stone. I guess we'll just do kind of a random path here. Oh, this feels awkward. We're gonna undo that. Still feels awkward, but it's better than it was before. Let's see if I can erase this a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. It was a little bit too far over. There. Now it matches a little better the rest of the houses on the block. I suppose I could have moved the whole thing over. Well, actually, move the whole lot. Yeah, let's move it over a little. Just because it feels very one-sided. So we still have like a lot of green space to, like, you know, whoever lives there could extend out their patio or place a swing set, lawn games, whatever, over there. So I don't love the sunflowers randomly sticking out of the front porch, so I'm gonna move those because that feels a little weird to me. But I do love like the outside of the house already. I don't have any qualms with it or anything. I like the color patterns and stuff. It is a little like brighter than the other houses. They're a little more gray, but it looks good. I think I am gonna change this dirt to like darker. It feels weird having it so bright. And then this is the house. So it's a 1-story and is it 2 bed, 1 bath, I think? Yep, 2 bed, 1 bath, 9,000 simoleons. Oops. I don't like what the siding is like that. So let's copy that and make the full thing purple like that. And same thing with this one. I actually might change the colors of that. So let's actually just start out in the main area and work our way through. So we don't have a lot to work with our kitchen area. So I'm guessing this is where the stove and stuff is supposed to go. And we want to, I tend to go for the more expensive stuff, but we're wanting to go with starter home things. Like this is 1,000 simoleons. I want to try and stay under 20,000 simoleons because I think that's technically starter home value in this game. So I think we're just gonna go like basic and hope Hope the Sims who live here don't start themselves on fire. So let's just do basic countertops too. Again, I tend to get carried away and do more than I need. But we'll just do basics, and then I'll also do like, oops, I want to do like a little bit more gray countertops. And I need some lights in here right away because I can't see. Let's put like generic light. We'll put one in the entry too, and we'll just use the same like cookie cutter light throughout the house. I think that works. So we do need a sink. I do like the big faucet sink, so we will do that. Not a lot of space in here, so like I don't know where the fridge is gonna go. It probably will have to go right there. So we're gonna have to fit the fridge right there. That's really the only option we have. And it opens this way, so like it's not that bad that it's there. My other thought was put it over here, and then we can have the little breakfast nook area here. That might be a little bit better of a fit for what we're looking for here. So again, I like to get carried away with more expensive stuff, but I think we just need to start out with something small. That's a little too big still. What if... See, the round dining tables look more like accent tables for me. So I do like to use this one a lot, which I might go with it again. I'll make it a lighter wood because that's kind of the vibe I'm going with here. We'll just do like a plain old like white or yellow wood chair. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, and I need to keep reminding myself that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this awkward little space there. Will it be weird if I pull up just this back? Oh no, I don't think that's weird at all. I feel like that's a little more natural. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe a little end table here or something. Okay, again, so something like small. Small but tall. And not super fancy. Like, we want it to look kind of jank. Honestly, those dining tables look like they would be a better fit for that. Some of those round dining tables I was looking at earlier. Like this, feels very much like an accent table to me. And then you can add like some clutter to it because again, there's not a lot of table space. So like, you know, maybe they have to put their fruit bowl over here and their paper towel, which of course you can't have more than one thing. I feel like the paper towel is more realistic. And I'm not one to use like cheats for build mode. I will sometimes, but for the most part, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, and I just deal with it. So like, if I want to put a tea set up there and it doesn't fit, we're not doing it. But I think I could probably like find some keys or something that might still fit up there too. Or like a purse. Yeah, the purse would fit. I do want to make it more like gender neutral. I don't want it to be like, I tend to play with female Sims, but I don't necessarily want to make my builds like that. I'll have to find the keys in the other area though, because I don't see them in this clutter set. I don't know why. But maybe we get like a little plant or something. Will that fit on the table? That feels just awkward still. But let's get like a plant for that corner. So we basically have the kitchen done. There's not a lot we can do with it. We have the basic necessities. We have a little end table with some clutter on it. Let's see if I can find that keys clutter. Or even like a pen and notepad. Yeah, let's do that instead. So we have that. And I won't put any decorations on the walls because we'll let the sim who lives here decorate themselves. Whoever that ends up being, I don't know who I'm gonna move in here. Or if I'll even like end up decorating for them. I might just leave it as a base game home and whoever ends up living here lives here. Although I think there's like so many people in the household right now here, so I might have to kick them out and put somebody else in. But now let's move to the bedroom. I do want to lay rugs down, but I'll save that for the end for the whole house. So again, I usually like to go for the nice stuff, but we'll go for moderate, I guess. There's not a lot that you can fit in here. It really is starter home. Although I am worried that I won't have enough space. So yeah, what if I just pull some stuff out, and then I will have to adjust the roof, and mind your business when you see my roof adjustments. We don't talk about my roof adjustments, okay? And maybe we do the windows over here. Are they all at the same? No, they're... You're gonna move these down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So that way people like aren't peeking into the front porch. I could add a window here or here to make it a little brighter, like in the kitchen maybe. Yeah, I think I like that. I can't move the door over at all though. So this feels maybe a little awkward. Yeah, I think we'll delete it. We'll delete it, and maybe I'll keep one window over here and one here, and then I can put the bed in between them. That way I feel like it's easier, more fluid, like walkway. I feel like it was like not as fluid before. I think this feels a little better in my opinion. So let's get back to here and we'll do a little dresser moment. I do really like using this dresser. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to keep this window. Maybe I do. Maybe I put a small window in. We'll delete it for now and see what we feel like. We have to do a mirror above. I just feel like that fits. We'll just do something plain and simple. Maybe I should do something more plain and simple for the dresser too. I keep forgetting. We're wanting this to be like basic, like anybody could live here. But this one's kind of ugly, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll do the wood chest. That feels more neutral. And if we can change it to a lighter wood, perfect. And we'll do a little end table on each side. Are there better colors for this? Yeah, we'll do this, like that yellowy wood too. And then the rest of the walls are like, the sim can decorate again, put like more clutter in. I do want to put some like drapes though, or shades. Maybe we'll do these. These are kind of cute. Can I make them a different color though, is the question. Maybe we make them darker, kind of contrast the rest of the home. Maybe, potentially. I don't know. No, on second thought, I don't like that. Maybe blue. Oh, yeah, blue, because then it will match the bed. Perfect. Awesome. So I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to make this, again, more of a neutral colored room, just because the one that I downloaded was like single mom tiny home, and so it was clearly made for like a kid. but I do want it to be, again, more neutral. Let's do blue. I wanted more of a gray. We got a grayish, purplish moment. And then the molding and stuff matches this other room. And then I would need to change the carpet. I think I'm just going to have it be like the rest of the house, yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm moving the windows. I don't like where the windows are placed in here. So, I can still do just a smaller bed, so still it could be for like an extra roommate or a teen, a kid, like whoever. That way it's, again, a little more versatile. It will have to be up against this wall though, unfortunately. Unless I do another little expandy, which I might do. But then I need to move this pillar that's here. I don't really use pillars, again, unless they're put in here. Like, I don't normally add them to my game. So, okay, now again, a little more space, which is nice. I can center the bed. See, I can't put it this way, it'll block off. Unless I put it right up against there. I think maybe I do still put it up against the wall. And now there's just more room for like a dresser, which I will probably just do this again. But that's gonna block. Okay, we'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. We're trying to maximize the space that we have. Also, I need to center the light. It bothers me when they're not centered. Just like either above like the foot of the bed or in the middle of the room. They just need to be a little organized. Oh, but this one, we might have some trouble with doing that. Okay, well, we'll do our best. Okay. Perfect. We don't really need a window in the bathroom. That feels weird to me. So let's delete that and we'll center this one. That feels a little better to me. Okay, and I'm going to just use, again, the same drapes. Oh, it's royal wedding swag. So these are fancy curtains. We're gonna pretend they're not. We're gonna pretend they're not and hope that it didn't bring up their lot price too much. It didn't. Okay. We're still like doing good on the price I wanted to stay in. And then this, I want to make, again, feel a little more neutral. Maybe we go with the green. Perfect. And then actually, this could also be turned into like a study or something. What if I do that instead? What if I what if I completely change like vibes? Like what if it's just a single person or a young couple who like needs office space or something? We could do like a cheap desk. Let's just completely change everything you wanted to do, Allison. Completely changed my mind. And then maybe like a cheap office chair? Question mark? Oh, there we go. This is the one I was looking for. We make it black. And maybe we don't add a computer because I know in like most of the base houses there's no computer. So I will just leave it as a plain desk, but I'll put a bookshelf. We can't be without a bookshelf. Maybe we just do this bookshelf. This way it feels a little more like versatile too for like some other storage. Yeah, this is perfect. I think this is great. And it feels like I'm like starter homey. It's on like blocks. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the bathroom next. I think that room is good as it is. And so I'm not going to get too creative with the bathroom. I am going to do a toilet, a shower. We'll do, oh, this might not even fit. I don't think it will. Okay, well, let's do this shower. Hopefully that is functional. And then we will just do a basic sink also. There, I think that's perfect. We'll do another little mirror. Why can't I see where I'm putting the mirror? There. Maybe we'll do a different outline for the mirror so it doesn't look so basic. Perfect. And then maybe, nope, can't put that there, of course. We'll put the toilet paper on the wall. Usually, fun fact, I usually do that from like top up so I can see a little better. I don't know, it's just easy for me to place it that way for some reason. And we'll do a little hand towel. Well, maybe not. It's a little bigger than I thought, so. Can I put it here? It feels too low. That feels kind of high, but I think that's better. And then I do want a hand towel. There. Perfect. Our bathroom's good. So I think that's it for a little home. I will put some rugs down. So let's do rugs quick just to add some coziness to the space. I do really like using this big rug, so I will splurge on a nice rug for for the office, and then on maybe I put a darker one in here for the bedroom. I should do like a little like welcome mat outside the door. I love doing that. And then we'll put, oh, I don't have like a living room space. I literally just realized that. I don't know what we're gonna be able to do for that. There's not really a ton of space again for that. Oh, that's really big. I thought that was more like front door size like that. So we don't really have a good like living space. Like, I don't think this person will be able to have like a TV. Like, there's not really a good living room area. Unless I delete this plant and like put this couch here. I'll have to play test this and see if this is functional. Because I could do a little couch here and then, ooh, this is tough. I did not even think about this. I was like, we're good without a living room. But boy, was I wrong. And I can't even like do a sideways moment either. That's tough. I guess this is like the best that there would be, and then like maybe a tiny coffee table with a tiny TV on it. Does this look weird? I kind of vibe with this. I don't really love that table though, so I might delete that. Let's delete that. I want a different table. I want a different TV table. Well, if we're having a table, I think I'm going to have to delete this. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to put... See, then that gets in the way of the kitchen. I think we might just delete... We might just put like a cozy reading chair in the corner. That feels a little more accessible. And then I'm going to put back my accent table that I had. If I can find which one I had. I had this one. I'll put the paper towel back on it. Let's see if I can find those post-it notes again too. I think I found those easier by going into the clutter here. Perfect. So we have more of like just an accent chair in here. We don't have space for a TV, but maybe I can put one on the wall in the bedroom. So yeah, maybe we do that instead. I feel like that's pretty unique to this home then, because I feel like not a lot of, I don't think The Sims really does that in a lot of their houses, so that's kind of fun. We could also toy with the idea of putting a couch in here, but again, that kind of clutters up the space, and I don't want it to be super cluttered. So I think this is like the vibe. I do want to put like a little, going back to the rugs now that I got derailed, I do want to put a little rug in front of the sink here, which of course I can only do half. Well, what if I put this here, flip this around and put it here? I'm gonna have to delete this one. I like the half better. Okay. So now I think we have everything we need. The TV is not necessary, so if we're not over 20,000. So I think we can leave the TV. And I think we have everything we need now. So we have a bathroom with a shower, sink, etc. We have an office with a bookshelf for some clutter and stuff, with a desk. I'm gonna adjust this rug a little though. And then we have our bedroom, which has a dresser, a TV, mirror, end tables, etc. And then we have like a little reading nook here. I might add one extra piece of something, which is... What am I doing? I might add one extra piece of something, which is a little bookshelf out here, because as a book lover, you gotta have options for bookshelves. I can't help it. I thought I had a better hanging option. Maybe we won't. There's not a hanging one that I like enough, so I think we'll just leave it. So this is our starter home, our little tiny home in Willow Creek. This much more that matches the vibe of the other like cabana manufactured home style things here. I think next time I do one of these, I will probably edit this, because again, it doesn't really fit the starter home vibe, and that's kind of what I want this to feel like in my forever saves. So yeah, it's super cute. There's lots of room for like outdoor additions for whoever wants to stay here. They could add a garden, patio furniture, a grill, kids stuff, or just leave it as is. So there's lots of potential here. I will save it to my gallery. So my gallery name is Forgotten Angels. Let me find. I'll show it on the screen. It's called Forgotten Angels because I'm on my husband's PlayStation profiles. I will save it as Willow Creek Tiny Home on the gallery for anybody who wants to use it, download it, use it in Willow Creek, use it elsewhere. But I think it fits the vibe nicely. I might try to move this I think it fits the vibe nicely. And so let me real quick, if you want to stick around, move in some Sims to see if it playtests well. Okay, Brandon Vasquez has some clothing now. So let's see what he thinks of his new house. All right, Brandon, you're home. Let's make sure you can do everything. So you're hungry. Let's see if you can make a, I don't know, can you make a grilled cheese without burning the house down? Can we try that? Well, he's not very good at it, but he was able to cook. He acquired the cooking skill. He's feeling good. He's eating lunch. Now he's tired, so why don't we try and use the bathroom and use the shower and try and go to bed. Oh, I have never seen a sim actually do that. I know there's the option in CAS to like click P standing up, but I've never actually seen them do it. I was baffled by that. Let's resume. Whoa. That seems way faster too than when they sit down. That's crazy. Wait, I want to see you use the shower first before you go to sleep. Sorry, guy. Perfect. Everything is looking functional. I always like to auto lights my lights in my houses. So he can sleep. Can he look in the mirror? He can look in the mirror. He can sit and relax and watch TV. We love this for him. You should be able to sit at his desk. Oh, he's uncomfy because it's cold, but um, sorry, we can't do much about that. I wonder if some of this is part of the new update because there are some new animations I haven't seen. So, perfect. Brandon had a successful time doing everything he could in his new home. So I I think that's a success, honestly. Um, so I'm just gonna get him a job and call it a day. Let's see what he likes actually first. He's a nerd. And he's a bookworm, cat lover, quick learner. Okay. Let's start him as a scientist. And he's good to go. So, thank you so much for joining me to make this lovely starter home in Willow Creek. I'm super excited to keep expanding and changing and updating my forever world in this game. Keep an eye on the channel for more builds like this. Again, I think maybe my next one I will make this house a little smaller or bulldoze a lot again and just do something else to make it a little bit more starter home friendly for any new Sims to my neighborhood. So that's what you can expect. So thank you for hanging out on my channel. As always, it's so fun to make these videos. So please like, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos in my Forever Safe. Bye!